Welcome to WION World of Cricket. I'm Esha Hanspal. Match number 33 it is between table toppers India and the 7th place Sri Lanka at the Wankhede in Mumbai. Now the head-to-head between the two in their last 5 matches has India's 5 wins to Sri Lanka's none. Historically speaking, their head-to-head in the 9 meetings they've had so far in the World Cups sees both teams on equal number of wins. Today they meet at the Wankhede 12 years after their 2011 World Cup final. India, with their spotless record of 6 wins on the trot this time around, the only team to do so in this edition of the World Cup, are on 12 points. A win today makes them the first team of the 10 to get through to the semis. Sri Lanka, who have managed only 2 wins so far in their 6 games, are on 4 points. Now, those 2 wins have come against Netherlands and England. A loss today for Sri Lanka sees them more or less out of contention for the semis. But they can certainly prove to be party spoilers for teams placed above them. Now, India were without Shubman Gill in the first 2 matches and have been without Hardik Pandya in the last 2. Pandya likely to miss out on the next couple of matches as well. Sri Lanka have had injury worries galore, team with the maximum number of replacements so far. And we have with us in the studios 1996 World Cup winning coach for Team Sri Lanka. Dav, the latest from the ground is Sri Lanka has won the toss and elected to field first with one change in their lineup, Hemantha coming in instead of Dhananjaya De Silva. What do you make of their decision first up to field first?
Here we go again, isn't it? Win the toss, put the opposition in. Can't chase a big score. I really shudder to think what's going to happen in that first 50 overs. Looks a really good wicket for batting, full of runs, I'd say. I got a feeling they'll be chasing a pretty sizable total.
Were you surprised to see the inclusion of Hemantha? And instead of Dhananjaya De Silva, best we know that his form has been somewhat average, but then would you have brought him in?
Well, they've got 3 fast bowlers and Angelo. So their only spinner was Thikshana. So I was expecting, you know, a spinner. That might have been Dhananjaya, but he's left out. He does the same thing more or less. So they brought in a leg spinner, young Dasun Hemantha, which is a positive move, I have to say, but he's going to have a tough job ahead of him.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at your playing 11, Dav, and then we'll also display what they have gone for today in their lineup of 11. First, let's take a look at Dav Whatmore's playing 11, what he thought should be the lineup for today's game. You obviously did not have Welilage in your team?
No, I didn't. I had the same team, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. Nisanka.
Yeah, while we wait for the graphics to play out.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it's the same team, 4 quicks, 1 spinner and Dhananjaya to help out in that department. So the top 3 are the same, top 4 is the same. Sadira, good player. Asalanka's been batting at 5, a lefty, he's pretty good. There he is, Dushan Hemantha. Angelo Matthews, I think, will come up the order to number 6, Hemantha 7, Rajitha, Thikshana 8, Rajitha 9, Dilshan and Chamira at the last spot. So there it is, it's 4 quicks, a couple of spinners. The leg spinner is a positive move, but on a ground that is small, good batting wicket, he's going to have his job really cut out for him. But that's 6 bowlers, so he may not have to bowl his full quota of 10.
So only 1 change from your lineup?
That's right. Dhananjaya De Silva out and Hemantha in.
Okay. You also did not have Dhananjaya De Silva?
No, he's not in the team, so but I had him in, but he's not in the team. So
okay. All right, let's take a look at India's playing 11 for today. You also had the same team that they went for unchanged. Okay,
that's right.
Here it is.
Very good side. They're going with 5 specialist bowlers and no 6th one, but they didn't need to have a 6th bowler, and I don't think they'll need to have a 6th bowler today either. So Jadeja bats at 7, and then you have 8, 9, 10, 11, and that can be ruffled off Yadav, Shami can handle a bat. Bumrah and Siraj. Good team.
Just for argument's sake, considering Hardik Pandya is out, would you have still played Shreyas Iyer? I know the question arises, if not him, then who? But then what do you have to say about that gentleman over there? More time to be spent on him, or is he doing just fine?
Yeah,
the team should back him a little bit more.
Well, they have. They've showed faith in him. And sadly, he's got out to that one particular shot over the last 2 innings, that pull shot. He's been practicing it, and he was part of one of my battles, to be honest. Because not because of his weight of runs, but because he's going to be tested on that short ball to see how he pulls up, how he fares in that battle. But no, I think so. I think he's a good player. He's averaging 33 in this series, but a lot more in his career. And in fact, he'll be one of the fastest to get to, 2,000 runs, ODI runs, if he gets a handful of runs today. So he's a good player, and they're backing him. They're showing faith, and that's also a good thing. Yeah.
Who in the Sri Lanka lineup, according to you, could be a party spoiler for India today, if at all?
Can't see it. No one's going to spoil their party today. They're going to try hard for sure. But maybe if I had to come up with a name, the opening bowler, Dilshan Madhushankar, who has done very well. You know, he bounds in, lively action, got deceptive pace, swings the ball. Sometimes it doesn't swing at the Wankhede, so let's to wait and see. But he's one bowler that is also picking up some wickets in that, in the initial overs. Sri Lanka would dearly love him to pick up a few wickets today.
Okay, before we get into the key battles that we can look at, let's also take a look at the points table. Should Sri Lanka win today, how does it change things, or how does it stall things for some of the teams going forward into the semis?
Should Sri Lanka win today?
Yes, we have to do that math.
Okay, we have to talk about it. In the very slim chance that they'll win today, that'll bring them up to equal with Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So, but they've then used up 7 games, and they have to continue winning to have any chance of getting into that 4th spot. But that's what it's about. They have to approach this game with that mindset. If they come with anything else, they're going to be in really big trouble. Anyway, I think they're in trouble, but they have to approach this game with a very strong mindset. And all the losses that they have is now looking them, staring them in the face against a team that's flying high. Yeah.
So should they win today by a huge margin? This is purely for mathematical calculation, and the next 2 games as well. Should they win them, very convincingly with huge margins? What does it do to our 4th and the 3rd spots over here, or what does it do to even the 5th and the 6th spots here?
All it means is that the teams above them also have to win, and they cannot slip up. Sri Lanka, the 3rd and 4th team possibly can slip up and still get into the 4. The only difference is Sri Lanka can't. They've only got 3 games left, and that's a maximum of 6 points
against Bangladesh and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 6 plus 4 is 10. So the teams above them, or they're already in the 4, just got to win 1 more, and they should be safe. So it's a very tough road ahead for the Sri Lankans. But your question was, should they win by a big margin? Gee, they'd be happy to hear that as a potential. But the reality is going to be a very, very tough assignment today. Yeah.
Okay. India now play after this fixture. They go ahead and they play South Africa in Kolkata on November 5th and Netherlands on November 12th in Bengaluru. Again, just for mathematical calculations, should India lose today, how does it jeopardize India's chances, if at all? Perhaps doesn't jeopardize their chances in the semis, but who they play in the semis, that could change? It
could, yeah. I mean, 1 plays 4, right, and 2 plays 3. So depending on where they finish up, then we'll know who their opponent would be. But they're in no danger at all.
At all.
At all, in not being in the last four. In fact, you know, we're talking in terms of them being potential World Cup winners here, you know.
Yep.
So it's a really, really tough assignment for Sri Lanka. I think
Yep.
we'll all agree with that.
Yeah.
But for the sake of, you know, the mathematical calculation,
yes.
I guess we need to look at some of those possibilities.
So today's win will definitely seal India's entry into the semi-finals. Unless they win today's game, mathematically speaking, they're still not confirmed for the semis. They still have 2 more games to play. And that, as you said very rightly, is going to perhaps depend on who else plays how in the next couple of days. And that will perhaps determine who they play in the semi-finals up ahead.
That's India.
Yeah, India.
Yeah. Well, that's right, yeah. They finish up playing Netherlands. It's a nice little team to finish up with. But the one in Kolkata...
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa, that is looming to be dress rehearsal, isn't it? You know, and it'll be interesting in my mind already, thinking, you know, who will make up the 11 in both teams? Because there's no point, I don't think anyway, playing your absolute best team, running the risk of maybe an injury or whatever, because that's not the final. You're both going to be in the, you know, in the semis. It's a great fixture, but I'm interested in the first instance to see who will make up the 11.
Okay. Dav, let's now take a look at the key battles that you have for us that we can look forward to in today's fixture.
Yeah. Well, okay. 3 from India and 2 from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Obviously, the you know, the leading run scorer for India is Rohit Sharma, captain. So I'm expecting him to have a nice little battle, as I mentioned, against Dilshan Madhushankar. He's one bowler, you know, I was saying could make a difference and make it harder for India to win. So this little battle, you know, will commence right from the top. Yeah. Because he will definitely take the new ball, and Rohit Sharma will definitely take strike. Yeah. So that's a goodie. In-swing bowler to a batsman in the best of form at the moment. It'll be good viewing, I reckon. So the second one is Virat Kohli again, another very, very good player who's looking for his 49th century. Yeah. There's a lot of interest in the media. You know, will he get it today? Will he not get it today? Standing in his way will be anybody with the ball in their hand. And, you know, Virat has also been out a couple of times to that horizontal bat shot to the leg side, and Chamiro's got a good pace.
And he's got a very good record against Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I feel, you know, that he'll be tested, and they'll hold a couple of overs back, especially for Virat Kohli.
Chamiro.
Yeah. Okay, the third one is Shreyas Iyer. Here we go. Shreyas Iyer, not because of his, you know, his heavy weight of runs. No, I'd like to see this battle here because of he's going to be tested on the short ball, right? He's had a couple of hours practicing it in the last couple of days.
And you think Rajitha is going to do
whoever. Kasun Rajitha, you know, he loves bowling the short one. He may get pumped as well. He may get whacked. But I think anybody coming in, running into this fellow is going to test him out. And that's a battle I'll very eagerly look forward to. Yeah. Okay, 2 from Sri Lanka, Pathum Nissanka. Yeah. He's good little cricketer, this boy. Yeah. He's slowly come up under the radar. He's put together a number of 50s, and he certainly will be relied on by his team to get him off to a decent start. It won't be easy either, because this fella here's got the best set of figures in that first 10 overs. His economy rate is brilliant. He's so accurate that he won't make it easy for Nissanka. So he has to bide his time and just ensure he doesn't get out. Just
before I forget to mention, India boasts of 3 bowlers who have the best economy in the tournament so far.
Yeah.
It has Jasprit Bumrah, Ashwin, and who's the other one?
Shami. Shami as
Jadeja,
well.
yeah, I think economy-wise,
Jadeja's very good. Yeah, absolutely. He's very miserly when it comes to giving runs away. The last one is Sadira Samaravikrama.
Yeah.
Who's also a terrific young player, and he'll be needing to face some of those spinners, Jadeja and Yadav. So here's most wickets for the Indian cricket team.
Yeah.
And 14 and 10 are pretty good.
Yeah, in fact, Jadeja's economy is better than Bumrah's as well. But of course, Bumrah is complete joy to watch.
Yeah, and he also bowls in the hardest part right at the end also. The other point I was going to make here is Shami, only 2 games, right? He's only played twice, and he's third highest in the tally of wickets. And I'm sure he'll be, he'll be eyeing another couple of rungs in the ladder climbing up in the wickets column. And I can't see that not happening, really. The way he's been bowling. Well done, Mohammad Shami.
All right, Dav, your last battle before I just got a little swayed away when I saw Jasprit Bumrah's name over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samaravikrama, which I spoke about just a bit earlier, but if the graphics come on, then we can, do it again. He's a number 4 batsman who's done really well. He's been the talk back in Sri Lanka about, his development has been tremendous. But he'll be required to face some of the spinners, being a middle order player, and either Jadeja or Yadav certainly will be testing him, and his temperament in attacking those bowlers. One thing I will say though, I didn't quite realise, and I read it today, that Angela Matthews.
Yeah.
Angela Matthews has got Rohit Sharma out, I think 6 times, more than any other player.
So do you want to include that in your battles?
Well, I could have slashed, Madhushankar and Angelo Matthews. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if he does take the new ball, because the statistics suggest that Rohit Sharma is certainly not scared of the pace, but he's been out many times to this fellow, and without getting many runs.
Yeah.
So people, just have a little look. There he is on the screen. Let's have a little look at this one playing out, maybe in that first couple of overs.
Let's also add this one as an aside in our list of key battles to look out for.
Yes.
Angela Matthews and Rohit Sharma.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Dav, before we go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that we've been getting and the poll questions that we've been asking, I also want you to tell me a little more about the decision to field first. I didn't really have a look at the pitch report, but I think I did hear Rohit Sharma say that he would have preferred to bat first.
Yeah, he would have batted, yeah.
Yeah, so it certainly works out for India as it would look like, but could you perhaps understand what's going in the minds of the Sri Lankan players right now? We know the kind of a lineup they have. We know how they're struggling. They're injury laden. Their batting has not been firing, middle order especially. Would you say that the bowling is perhaps a notch better than their batting prowess right now?
Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
No, it's the other way around. I think their ability to score, their batting is a little bit better than their bowling. So they're probably thinking, well, if that's our main part, our better part of our game, then we should be doing that second, not first. But the problem
But you really just have a Nissanka or a Mendes, a one-off knock from him. Who else would you really back when it comes to the batting?
Who else can you back for the bowling? You're playing a really good side. Look, they are potentially okay batters. It's just that some of them are a little bit out of form. Yes, Kushal Mendes, good player. And Samaravikrama in a little bit of form. Asalanka has got runs in this. Pathum Nissanka at the top has got runs. His partner's the one that's been giving some problems. He's had Kushal Pereira, not in the team now. The other boy, Dimuth Karunaratne, came in last game and he scored a handful of runs. So they need to get them off to a good start. If they can do that, it'll be better for the batsmen coming after them. But their batting is okay. It's not the problem.
Even on current form, you'd say.
Yeah, it's better than their bowling. The question was, which is better? Not their bowling. So
I mean, I do see Madhushankar contributing.
Yeah, Madhushankar's okay. He's, he's a little bit surprising to get those wickets, and we're all happy for him. I think he's done a wonderful job, but certainly their batting's better than their bowling. It's, you know, they had been a lot of runs been hit against their bowlers, and I can't see that changing today. So yeah, why did they win the toss and bowl?
Yeah.
You know, okay, one is they think their batting's better. Secondly, maybe a bit of dew will come. I think definitely will come. What time, we don't know. They probably also feel that that they win the toss and hopefully change, you know, the trend that's
the
happening.
jinx.
Yeah, the jinx. Guys who win the toss don't know what to do. At least that's what the numbers tell us. Very few captains have won the toss and chosen what to do correctly.
Is this something that stands out in this World Cup in particular, or would you say that this has been observed in the previous ones as well?
No, I don't know about previous World Cups. I wouldn't have thought so. But
such a massive trend,
crazy.
Perhaps.
It's just so heavily weighted to that statistic is really
something
weird.
To be looked into.
It's weird, yeah. Look, I'm sure the captains and teams know that, you know, but they still continue to win the toss. Yeah, you guys have first use of the wicket. We'll chase, you know. But that's fine. India does that. You know, has been chasing most of the time, but they get that total to a manageable figure, so they can chase it, and they got some good batters to do it.
Okay, all right, Dav. Let's take a look at what comments we've been getting for you on No More with Whatmore. First up, Dinesh asks, Dav, how many centuries are you expecting from India today?
I think 2.
2?
Yeah.
What's the score we can perhaps look forward to?
They'll be chasing 300 plus.
Oh.
300 plus. It
Upwards.
looks like to me, right? Sight unseen, but just having a look on the television.
Upwards of 350, or would you say under it?
Oh.
It's 100 runs difference.
I'd be going, 350, why not?
350,
If they don't get wickets, Esha, it'll be close to 400 if they don't get wickets.
Wankhede can get you 400.
That is going to be really, really frightening today.
Do you expect fireworks from Virat?
The government said no fireworks, right? That's because of pollution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, Virat Kohli can quite easily get 100 today. Anybody that's got time in which to put together an
Wouldn't you
innings.
say Rohit has been a little more consistent than him this time?
Yes, yeah, he's batted with a little bit of responsibility too last game. When the wicket was a bit difficult in Lucknow, he did well.
Okay. All right, the next one we take is from Mohammad Shazeen, who says, oh boy, here we go again. The commentators not giving us Sri Lanka any chance here. They are going to be biased, and it is going to be hard to watch and listen to the commentary. The commentary, okay. Common lions prove them wrong.
That's a Sri Lankan supporter, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, biasness, I don't know. I'll leave that to others to judge. But the Sri Lankan team, I'm sure that whoever that person is will understand it's a tough job today. Yeah, we really want them to come out full with all guns firing, with a very positive attitude, and it's not going to be Angela Matthews. It's Madhushanka who's going to bowl to Rohit Sharma, and that's our first battle.
Okay. All right, next one is from Rajesh, who says, it won't be surprising if Surya plays ahead of Shreyas in the batting order. Expecting a firework from him.
Just very quickly, first ball, what did I say? If you don't direct it straight with an in-swing, if you start it too late, 4 runs off the legs. Now, who's going to change? Will there be a change in the batting order, right?
Yeah,
Will
he says Surya ahead of Shreyas.
Could that happen? I don't think so. I think they're showing fate. They want a solid and consistent number 4 batsman, and that's why he's in there. They will give him plenty of rope to hang himself. So he'll have many more chances, I think.
Okay. Gurbir says, for all those asking for Ashwin, who will you bring him in for? Remember what Siraj did to Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup final, or what Shami has done since his return? If bringing him instead of a batsman, remember this is Shreyas Iyer's home ground.
No, well, he's not playing anyway,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That sort of refers to the
I think
fact
he sent it before the
11
were
was
announced. Yeah.
announced. Okay, but you would bring Ashwin in. Not a problem. Have 3 spinners if the wicket suggests 3 spinners.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the Indian team will have any hesitation to do that. It may happen in the semi-final. I don't know.
Which is why even the Sri Lankan team wouldn't play Velilage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Corner says, can't believe Audi Mendes chose to bowl. So much confidence he has on Madhushanka to remove our top order.
You can't believe he won the toss and bowled. Yeah, we're sort of saying the same thing, aren't we? You know, you got a lovely day. It's hot. It's a really good time to bat at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you've given that advantage
Away
to the opposition team. It's yet to be seen whether that's right or wrong, but the indications are that it's going to be a tough road ahead from now on. First ball, 4 runs.
Okay. Lalit Kashyap, however, says, batting first, that's a good thing before the semis. Defending totals is challenging here. In case India plays semis here, it will be a golden opportunity to assess the pitch and combination.
Yeah, it's match practice, right?
Yeah, would you agree?
Well, the fact that they lost a wicket, there you go. So Virat Kohli's in and Rohit Sharma's out.
Yeah.
I didn't see that dismissal.
Yeah.
So they started well, despite that very first ball going for 4. You know, yeah, so it's a good rehearsal.
Yeah.
If India is used to chasing scores and doing it well, then you know, then it's a good time to bat first and see if they can protect the total.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take one poll question, Dav, because this match looks like it's going to get very interesting in some time. Very simply asked, can Sri Lanka halt the Indian juggernaut?
Can they hold it? Any team can hold any other team.
Yeah.
You know, but it's what we're saying is it's a very, very tough road ahead. But they've started well with 1 wicket right early in the game, and they're playing with 6 batsmen, 7 with Jadeja. So they got 7 batsmen. So they got to be a little careful also at the beginning, and ensuring that they have enough firepower towards the last phase of that innings.
Okay. 80% say no and 20% say yes.
Okay.
All right. With that, we will wrap our proceedings on our pre-match show. And do join us for the mid-innings as well. We will see you in some time. Bye.